Hi there, it's Julie, and here is just another little lesson from my trip to Mexico. So it's Friday, it's our last official day on the Lisa Nichols retreat. I got up early this morning and went for just the most incredible hike. There was just a small group of us, and led by one of the coaches with Motivating the Masses, and we went, I don't know what the hike route was called, but we went up to where it's called Alex's Oak Tree, and it's an oak tree that's at the top of a mountain. And Alex was the son of the founders of this ranch, and Alex died of leukemia, I think. So we went out of the ranch and up to a little office where it was the professor's office, this tiny little thing. And this ranch has been here for 75 years, I think. So obviously over those years it's kind of evolved. But it was really nice to get a sense of the context of the grounds really, and the history. And there is a little museum here which I'm going to pop along to in a little while and go and have a little nose around. But the hike was beautiful. It wasn't a huge hike. We were done in about an hour. But we got up to the peak and it was just breathtaking, just absolutely breathtaking. I'm going to post some photos later. But I think, when you have these opportunities to be in nature and just to see these kind of stunning backdrops, it does make you think, it does give you kind of pause to think. So today's lesson is all about kind of playing full out, and this is something Lisa talks about a lot, and I realised that I absolutely hold myself back through the fear of judgment, and there's this weird thing that I do that I know I've spoken to other women that they do too, and it's this thing of, if I don't give 100% and it fails, in the back of my mind, at least I can say, well, I didn't give it my all anyway. And for some of us, working at 70% is good enough. It's still kind of exceeding, the achievements that some people have. And, it's not a game, it's not competitive, but I realise that very rarely do I go full out. Very rarely do I work at 100%. I do have this thing of kind of it's good enough, and I'm definitely not a perfectionist, that's for sure. And sometimes that serves me in terms of just, taking action, just, getting it out there, making things happen, learning as you go along. But I definitely think there's room for me to master some of the stuff that I do and to take more care and attention. And I think it's about effort, and there's this energy about just giving it your all. And we had just such a fun night last night. So it's been, some of the sessions that we've done have been really kind of deep and a little bit heavy and very emotive. But the programming is brilliant, because you'll have a session like that and then the next session is really upbeat and fun and, lots of breakthroughs. So last night it was the official talent show night. So on the first day that we arrived, we were put into groups, 6 or 7 people that you'd never met before, and we were told that on Thursday night you'd have to perform something as part of a talent show. And my initial thoughts was, oh God, really? Like, have I flown all the way to Mexico to do a bloody talent show? And I was a little bit reluctant to throw myself into it, but we had a great group of women. It was all women, our group. And a fantastic lady called Mary kind of was the figurehead. She kind of was like, I've got this idea, and we was going to do burlesque, and she choreographed it all, and we rehearsed, and the more we got into it, the more I was like, yeah, this is cool. I'm actually enjoying this. And then we were thrown a bit of a curveball, because one of the other coaches, a guy called Sean Smith, I think is his surname. It's definitely Sean. We were told, 2 days before we were due to perform, you've got an extra member, you're going to have Sean in your team. So the Breakthrough Babes, which was our group name, got a new member. And in rehearsals, we were saying to Sean, you don't have to do this bit, you could change it and make it a bit more masculine and whatever. And he was like, no way. He said, I'm going all out with this. Whatever you guys do, I'm doing. And he did. He played full out, you know, and it was really good fun. And the thing is, there was something in it, in this experience of preparing for the talent show, where I was in my head going, it's good enough, like we don't need to rehearse again, it doesn't need to be perfect, we can just wing it. And Mary was the opposite to me, and she was like, no, I want this to be not perfect, but you know, she wanted to rehearse, and the rest of the group wanted to rehearse. And I was like, yeah, that was one of the lessons that I needed, really, was it's not always about just good enough. And everybody who saw the show last night commented on how professional it was, and how, you know, it was recorded by one of the ladies that I'm sharing a villa with, and somebody in the background went, oh my god, this is really good, it's like something from, you know, America's Got Talent or something like that, you know. And it was a full, you know, 4-minute performance, you know, with choreography, and we went full out. And there is something really refreshing about doing that, about saying, yeah, we're going to do this properly, and we don't care whether we get judged for that. And I think there is a tendency sometimes to hold back and to say, you know, I don't want to be judged for caring so much. I don't want to be judged for taking stuff seriously, like, and I know there's definitely areas of my business where that's applicable, that kind of lesson. So my question to you today, either in business or in life, is, are you playing full out? Are you functioning at 100% most of the time? Or do you have this attitude of it's good enough, and you know, your 60% or your 70% is okay? So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Hopefully I'll do another video tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day, and then I'll be flying back to the UK. I'm probably doing some kind of summary video, and I've got a really exciting thing that I'm going to launch when I get home. And I'm always like this. I have a bit of a break, and it gives me room to think, and then I'm like, oh my god, this is what I need to do next. So if you are in business, or you have a side hustle, and you're thinking, I really want to make some money in the next kind of month or so, then look out for an announcement in a couple of days time. I just need to get home and do a few things, but I'm pretty much ready to go with a new program that I've come up with. So yeah, watch this space.